It is that time of week again when we pick a man to join us for a segment that we call He Says, She Says, sponsored by the Blue Martini Lounge, your girls' night out destination. Our guest today, Ralph Strangis, and I think there is a little bit of a poetic love connection going on here between Ralph and Susie.
Yes, yes.
His incredible presence and his voice when it comes to one of hockey's best teams, the Dallas Stars, is unforgettable. Welcome. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Oh, wow.
The two of you are quoting poems to each other.
Yes, we are, and we both know Casey at the back.
Yes, we love poetry. I love poems. See, when I was growing up, we studied poetry.
And you memorized
yeah.
it. Yeah.
If you can keep your head when all about you.
Are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, you'd make allowance for their doubting too. If you have Kipling's one of my favorites.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
I
I feel y'all completely less than this morning.
Okay.
So, yes.
All right. So
all
look,
right, okay.
the reason you're here
Yes.
is because I thought was to talk about the fact that you are in the stages or are recovering from cancer.
Well, melanoma. Yeah.
Melanoma.
I had the big 36-stitch gash.
Oh, wow.
And you can't even see it hardly.
Not at all.
Well, I got a little, I don't
Did you get a little plastics after they do a little plastic surgery on you?
It was a plastic surgery, but they don't tell you any of this while you're doing it, and it goes from they cut a hole this big, and then they cut a hole this big, and then by the end of it, I got 36 stitches, 1,224 on top, and a compression bandage, and I had to fly the next day.
See, my mother went through this in the fall. She had skin cancer removed from her nose, and it was like 24 stitches.
Oh, it's terrible.
She had plastic surgery. She's like, well, I guess I got a new nose out of the whole deal.
Well,
I got a new head.
just a
See the
minute.
silver
You're
lining.
telling me that the next day you flew?
Yes.
All right.
It's
what
all
did that
outpatient.
pressure do for you?
It wasn't great. I ain't gonna kid you. It was.
Did you have a drainage tube?
No, I just had this. I mean, I wore a hat, but the hat was sort of crumpled out because of the bandage, and then I had ice bags. While other people are ordering drinks on the plane,
You're
I
icing
just
your
was
head.
ice bags.
So, Ralph, we were going to ask you in our He Says, She Says segment, we were going to talk about how men and women handle illnesses differently.
Okay.
Because I know we do. And we like to sometimes lovingly say that men are babies about a lot of things around here.
Yes, we are.
But then Susie was talking to you during the break, and we understand you're going through a divorce.
Yes.
And it's amicable. And so we've also talked on the show about how throughout a divorce situation, men and women handle things differently. And so maybe you can give us some insight on that. If anybody in our audience is kind of going through that, and maybe give an insight on a male perspective of how an amicable divorce happens.
Well, first, I think I have genuine love, respect, and affection for my ex-wife.
That's so sweet.
But y'all can work it out? Which
Oh,
right
yeah,
there
we work
makes
it
it
out.
like,
then why can't you stay together?
We work out well, because I think it's a very difficult dynamic, two humans in the same spot for a long period of time. I just think, I don't care how well you know them, how well you like them, it's borderline unnatural, I think, to put two people in a small space. I like my space. I think she likes her space.
You mean living together? Or
Living
do you mean
together.
that's called marriage, though, Ralph?
Right, I know. I'm not a big marriage guy, I guess. But
How long have you been married?
we were married 16, 17 years.
Oh, wow.
wow.
And so we have a daughter. She's 16. That's fun. Oh boy, what a great
Is
age.
she the reason it's amicable?
No, I think we would have been amicable anyway. We like each other, and we couldn't live together. But I don't have a lot of friends. I know a lot of people, but she's one of my best friends, and so we speak almost every day. It's almost too amicable in some
Do you
respects.
ever miss her as your wife?
I like my own time. I like being on my own. I like not having that issue of compromise every
Did
day.
you walk in one day and say, I just don't want to be married anymore?
No, I think we both kind of got there at the same time.
So is it kind of like when you date a guy for a long time and then you just aren't, like you see him as such a friend that you're not maybe sexually attracted to him, or you're not, like, is that
I don't know. I
hard?
haven't dated a guy for a very long time.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, is it difficult? Maybe this is too personal of a question, but like, So is it just like y'all just aren't romantically and sexually attracted to each other anymore, but you like respect them and you could high five them and have lunch with them and
Yes.
you think they're
Well,
really cool, but you don't want to date them?
Well, I think as a friend of mine used to say, sex
Or you don't
is,
want to sleep with them.
You know, well,
Yeah.
sex is sex. I mean, what do you do the other 23 and,
Hours of the day.
and in my case, back when it was 23 hours and 48
That's right.
minutes.
Then you got to
of the
talk to
day.
each other.
So, yeah, it was, so, I mean, yeah, we got along well. Like I said, I'm just not, I just don't know that for me, I'm a married guy.
What
I've
would
never-
she be saying? You know her very well. What would she be saying? Would she be saying, I'm just not a marriage girl?
I think she's more the type of person that would have a partner again. I find it very difficult to believe I would. I think, there's that old saying, women grieve, men replace. I'm not a replacer. I haven't dated really in a year and a half.
That's a marvelous quotation.
Yeah.
Ralph, do you think that when you tell people that y'all are getting divorced, do people immediately want y'all to go, oh, I really hate her, and
yeah.
he sucks, and
Oh, yeah.
I want him to take
Oh,
all
yeah.
his money? And
Well, I think it's
are
easy-
you surprised
Yeah.
when people's
Come on.
reactions are like, wait, y'all are friends? You like each other? What?
Well, I
'Cause
think-
I think that's our society, to want to like hate the person that we break
Oh yeah,
up
that's
with.
the model, right?
Yeah.
That you break up, you hate each other, and and she's a bad person, I'm a bad person, and we just, I don't know, life's too short, I think, to carry that bitterness around and to carry that anger and to carry those.
If you
Yeah,
have a
that's a
child
great
together
point.
and you spent 16 years together,
Yes.
that love never has to die.
No.
You may not have to live together.
Correct.
But you will
right.
always be there for one another.
No question. Yeah, and I know she'll be there for me. I mean, if I called her right now and, maybe I hope she's not watching this, but if I called her right now and I said, hey, I need your help with something, and in fact, she's been extremely good with all the, the separation and all the things you have to go through. I don't know, are any of you have been divorced?
I have, and
I've
I'm
been
like you and your
divorced
ex-wife.
twice.
My ex-husband and I
So
are
Yeah,
very
between
close.
how
good
many
at
divorces
it.
do we have
Wait a
between
minute,
us three?
one,
2.
three,
and
oh
one.
wow,
And
six.
we
So
are
I'm-
still
Six
friends.
divorces,
So-
and
you're-
I'm very single.
Okay. So what does that tell you? I don't know.
And
Yeah.
let me tell you something. The amicable separation is the best, and especially for the kids. So congratulations on
Thank you.
that.
I
We
think
wish you the
I'm
best.
so glad you came to talk to us.
am
Will
too.
you
so much
come
for
back
being with
again?
us.
I'll
You
come back
can too.
anytime.
When the star season starts, you have to come back and give us all the scoop.
I will.
Y'all,
Okay.
we got to wrap.
We got to wrap.
You can tune in to hear Ralph and Daryl as the Dallas Stars kick off their preseason on September 15th with the St. Louis Blues, and regular season play starts October 3rd, facing off with the Florida Panthers. Can't
Yay.
wait.
Me neither.
Go Stars!
Thank you.